Meet the Expert, a knowledge-sharing initiative of your knowledge partner, the Developing Bangladesh. We discuss on trade, investment, commerce, education, skills, economic development, global peace and prosperity, etc. issues. If you are interested to these issues, please subscribe to the channel. Developing Bangladesh, your knowledge partner, please subscribe now.
Organization have to ensure that in such case the employee is safe. He will not be punished. It may be his learning, he may be trained up, or the production process could be changed, but his job is safe. So if we can ensure the safety, his job safety, then he will act more, he will take more responsibility, and such case will not be occurred. So sir, in this aspect, we are discussing about moral behavior, ethical behavior, our values, our faith. Do you think there is a relationship between ethical behavior of a person and his religious practice? I mean, the more religious person or more pious person is more ethical or more moral. Do you think
that? I would answer this very short with this. You know, again, we discussed this and everything depends on context and about, again, environment where the individual is living and growing and acting. So sometimes for the companies, we can talk about this also when the companies, they have their code of conduct. Sometimes it's called like a Bible. Why they call this Bible? Because it tells you what is right, what is wrong, how to behave. Everything is same, and also it relates to the Muslim culture, also the religion. Everything in Quran, where people of the book of the Quran, Kareem, that which directs you in a better life and explains you how to serve your society much better. So it's about this serving society. And that's why there's a famous saying, I don't know who said that, but it's like, it says, if you want to, don't judge Islam by looking at the actions of the Muslim, but look at the Islam, know Islam, read the book, and then judge every Muslim's action. You see, it's again, you need to know the source of knowledge and agree upon, and then you can judge anyone on their action. So that's why I don't really separate, by religions. But what I'm looking to the concept and also the approaches to be agreed upon by the many members of society. That's it.
Sir, thank you. Actually, this ethical behavior or moral behavior is more important in the countries like us, where we are thus convicted for corruption. And in the public service, the public servants, they are responsible for different sort of public service. So how to assure public service integrity? So practice of ethical behavior.
Yeah, it's very important question, again, because we're living in society. When we spoke about the social contract, we need to remember that it's about agreement between this society and also the individuals. So about how we go, on a just and fair basis, how we're going to build our future in our hands. So for the public sector, it plays a special role, I would say. So, and that's why integrity of the public sector, or public integrity, refers to use of powers and resources entrusted to the public sector effectively, honestly, and for public purposes. Okay, so let me elaborate a little bit about this more. And additional related ethical standards that the public sector is expected to uphold include transparency, accountability, efficiency, and competence. So, for example, the staff members at the United Nations are required to uphold the highest standards of efficiency, competence, and integrity is defined by United Nations staff regulations as including but not limited to probity, impartiality, fairness, honesty, truthfulness, in all matters affecting their work and status. So, the concept of public integrity has also been defined in a broader terms as the consistent alignment of and adherence to shared ethical values, principles, and norms for upholding and prioritizing the public interest over private interest in the public sector. It is done by the OECD. So the public service is in any country consists of public organizations and individuals working within them. So as I said, so public organizations are specifically established by state to fulfill public purposes and remain directly accountable to the state. So such organizations, include ministries, hospitals, public schools, the military, police, and so on. So the purpose of public organizations is to serve public interests of the whole community, of whole society. So this contrast with the private organizations, such as companies, holdings, that often only serve private interests of the owners and shareholders. So that's the contrast. So if you look at the difference between these public and private organizations, is that the former are funded largely by obligatory contributions from citizens, and namely taxes and fees. This means that individuals have no choice but to finance their services, and as opposed to the free choice at the basis of consumer decisions in private sector. So legitimacy of the public service, therefore, depends on citizens' trust. This is very important. So it is based on trust from citizens. So to win this trust, public service needs to be just, again, fair, transparent, responsive to citizens' needs, and compliant within the relevant laws, regulations, and quality standards. So, in addition, results must be achieved through the impartial, again, lawful, accountable process. So these are key public service values that we discussed before. So, and which underpin the effective operation of the governance system. So when citizens regard the public service delivery as a legitimate process, they are likely to comply with the relevant rules and norms. And this in turn will lead to a more efficient governance system, which can focus on delivering services and promoting public interest rather than coercing compliance. So public services, that's why, are expected to make decisions with high levels of professionalism, and commitment to public good, and in a transparent and an accountable manner. So if you look at the obligations, the commitments, so there are three most essential obligations of public servants, and which underpin their public decision making, are to follow the law, use of public resources in an effective manner, and act ethically. Again, so this is the three main obligations: is to follow the law, use public resources in an effective manner, and act ethically. And these principles, they are already mirrored and emphasized in the United Nations Conventions Against Corruption, and that's which requires states to promote integrity, honesty, and responsibility among its public officials in order to prevent corruption. So also the public servants also expected to reflect on all values and principles included in the code of ethics or code of conduct that guide the work of the institution. So failure on any of these fronts would carry the risk of damaging public trust, big problem, and therefore harming the quality and effectiveness of whole system. So, as I said before, public organizations serve the welfare of the community, and they are under obligation to use the resources entrusted to them effectively and efficiently, in according to legal norms and shared ethical values. This is very important, shared ethical values. So the traditional approach to promoting ethics in public organizations was based on enforceable rules and
Developing Bangladesh, your knowledge partner. We take care of trade and investment, education and skills, economic diplomacy and economic development. If you would like to keep you updated on these issues, please subscribe to Developing Bangladesh. Thank you very much for watching till the last.